What would you do if you found out your child was being mocked for their disability at school, but not by their classmates, by their teacher? One woman is up in arms after her 13-year-old son was given the ADD award by his social studies teacher. The award read, "Most likely to be distracted by, look, something shiny." She said her son had tears in his eyes after having to accept this award in front of his entire class. The mother says she is considering legal action. Here to weigh in is attorney and clinical psychologist Dr. Lisa Stroman, who joins us via Skype. So, Lisa, is there a case for the mother here?
Oh, there definitely is a case for the mother. This is a situation where the child has been publicly humiliated. It could have long-lasting effects in this child's life. And quite frankly, I think that the school has a really big issue on their hands on how to handle this teacher who violated multiple legal issues in their policies.
And I want you to take your legal hat and put it aside for a moment, and let's talk more about the psychology here. What can you do in terms of damage to a young kid who's 13 years old and they're suffering with something like ADHD, and then in front of the class, and apparently some others received the same award, and they're basically mocked for something that they're probably struggling with? What long-term damage can that do?
Well, psychologically, it can cause depression, anxiety. There's something that in teens you already have, which is imaginary audience is a concept in psychology that we talk about all the time, that most teenagers are going through this point in their life where they feel awkward and they don't fit in. Now put in a diagnosis of ADD or ADHD so that they're already struggling in it, and then mock them for it. So I see adults that have had situations that have happened that were what I call early childhood traumas that will impact them into their 40s and 50s. So this is a really big issue that they're going to have to deal with. And I think that the school might be paralyzed at fear that if they admit that they did something wrong, it would be worse. But I think that they're double downing on the wrong side here. And they need to really address this immediately.
Well, this is a teacher in social studies. She needs to go back to the classroom, is my humble opinion. And we reached out to Plainfield Central Middle School for a statement, but they didn't get back to us in time for this taping.
Travis told me that I need to meet nicer guys.
We actually have 3 eligible bachelors today. The moment is here. Time to meet your choice. Come on out. Then eliminate the signs of aging with minimal swelling and downtime.
We put it to the test.
Plus, what would you do if you found out your child was being mocked for their disability at school by their teacher?
The school has a really big issue on their hands.
The doctors,